Hello everyone, this is Engineer Pat 5290. The comparison series returns. Today we're going to be looking at the SD70 series. Before we get into some of the models, just a little background on it. The SD series began a big rebound from the failures of the SD50. The recovery first began with the SD60 and its variants, with more than 1,000 examples allowing EMD to regain some of its reputation it lost with the SD50. Although the SD70 could not regain EMD's dominance as #1 locomotive builder, having that lost to GE in the 80s, it was still a very successful design with a few thousand different versions of the model operating around the country today. The SD70 actually harkens back to the days of the SD40 models and its success, and it became so successful that EMD continues to catalog the locomotive today with the SD70 HCE. Today, thousands of SD70s and their variants remain in operation in Class 1s around the country. The SD70 series was released in 1992, about the cost of having already lost first place in the market with GE. It featured EMD 640 16-cylinder 710 G3B engine rated at 4,000 horsepower, although it's not the biggest selling point. Learning from the failures of earlier models, EMD upgraded its computer systems and microprocessors to be easily maintained and introduced perhaps the biggest selling point of all, new radial trucks, featuring the high-traction 6-axle radial truck. First, we're going to be looking at the SD70 model. One particular upgrade with the SD70s was vastly improved tractive effort, rated at 175,500 pounds, starting at 137 pounds of continuous effort. The SD70 offered a 40 to 60% increase in traffic effort over the SD60 model, making it ideal for heavy drag service. While the original SD70 model was only marginally successful, it only sold over 100 units. Later releases such as the SD70M, Mac, and I were extremely successful, which we'll get to in a few minutes. Next, we're going to be looking at the SD70M. The SD70M carries a new wide safety cab, also sometimes called the comfort cabs. It's technically known as the original SD70 was built with the standard cab purchased only by Norfolk Southern and Illinois Central. The SD70M by far is the most successful SD70 design, with over 1,500 built, most of which were built for UP, which purchased over 1,400 of these units. Now, the SD70i is similar to the SD70M. The only difference is features involving the cab. The I designs for isolation, which means it was quiet inside the cab. And all of those were purchased by Canadian National. Now we go to the SD70 Mac. Across the industry, the most successful SD70 has been the SD70 Mac. The Mac carries the same wide cab design as the SD70M and the I, but also features alternating current traction motors, different from direct current traction motors. AC is much simpler, reliable, and easy to maintain. Many were purchased by CSX and Burlington Northern Santa Fe, and Burlington Northern purchased the non-flared SD70 Mac, whereas CSX purchased the flared radiators, as you can see here. Now we go to the SD70M-2. The SD70M-2 design looks very identical to the new SD70 ACE. The -2 redesignated simply to differentiate the SD70M model, but aside from the identical to the sister ACE, basically the cab and the overall appearance. Norfolk Southern, Florida East Coast, and CN were buyers of this locomotive. Now we look at the current SD70 ACE. This is the newest SD70 locomotive, rated at 4,300 horsepower, same with the SD70M-2, carrying the AC traction motors, looking similar to the SD80 and 90 in terms of flared radiator and grille, and same as the M-2. The box nose unit is meant to comply with the latest EPA environmental regulations since its debut in 2005, and it has been very successful with a few hundred of these units built to date. The SD70 ACE has been bought by everybody: Norfolk Southern, CSX, Union Pacific, Burlington Northern Santa Fe, Kansas City Southern, and many other railroads. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little comparison of the SD70 series. The next series will be the SD60 series, and we'll be definitely taking a look at that before the SD70 series was unveiled. But I hope you guys enjoyed this summary update of the SD70 series. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I thank you guys for watching.